Hey everybody, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. And my most recent record selection from Vinyl Me Please arrived the other day. This is Ornette Coleman, The Shape of Jazz to Come. If you know me, you know that I've never been a big jazz person. I like pop, rock, blues, soul, R&B, funk. I'm a song person. Although as a musician, I do understand and respect the talents of jazz musicians. It's just the music has never really appealed to me very much. So with that said, again, if you've followed this channel, a few years ago, I posted a video right around beginning of 2020, late 2019, not sure exactly when, a video where I described an experience I had with this album by Miles Davis. I was listening to music on Random Shuffle on Tidal, which is the streaming service that I use. And I was listening to the kind of music that I like, but all of a sudden, I'm not sure why, it chose a track off of this album, which up until that point I had not been familiar with. The track, hopefully I can say it correctly, was, I think you pronounce it générique. Hopefully I say that correctly, it's French. In fact, don't ask me to try to pronounce the title of the album in French. I just know that it translates to Elevator to the Gallows. And it is a soundtrack to a French noir motion picture. Upon hearing the music, the track off this album, I became immediately excited and interested in hearing more, and I pulled up the album. And I went and also watched the movie, which was a wonderful, very evocative piece of French film noir cinema. And I really liked this album. And this became the first time in my life, and I'm 61, this became the first time in my life, in my years, my decades of listening to music since I was a young teenager, where I found myself actively interested in hearing a jazz album. This, of course, is Miles Davis, who did the entire soundtrack. And I wondered, will I want to hear any more jazz now? Is this sort of like the opening of the door for me as far as jazz is concerned? Well, for a while there, I guess nothing else really caught my ear, caught my interest. There was a vinyl sale at Target that I went to where they had a lot of stuff clearanced, and one of them was a Coltrane album that I picked up thinking, okay, I haven't heard this before, but it's Coltrane. He's supposed to be very good. I'll pick it up just on reputation because it's so dirt cheap, and I'll take it home and listen to it and see what I think. The record was warped, so I just took it back. So that didn't happen. But recently, I was watching a video from the Polyphonic channel, a very good music channel, and he began to discuss this album and played some clips. And in the same way that hearing this for the first time suddenly struck a chord with me, so did the clips from this album that he played in that video. I was kind of struck, by what I was hearing, and then needed to hear more, and found out that I could select this as my selection of the month with Vinyl Me Please, so I decided, I would go ahead and do that. Just like Elevator to the Gallows, this album, the music, very dark and mysterious, but completely different to what I had heard with this. This feels like quintessential noir music, and it follows, traditional musical structure, whereas this came off as very rebellious, chaotic, and frenetic. It was kind of the difference between, say, realism and cubism in art, as far as music was concerned. And I have heard more abstract sounding music like this in the past. There's a Frank Zappa album that I have called We're Only in It for the Money, which had this instrumental, this weird kind of abstract instrumental piece at the end of it called the Chrome-Plated Megaphone of Destiny that was more about sound design than music. And oddly enough, I liked it. And I thought that I shouldn't really like this, but I did. Just something about it just really appealed to me and just really kind of grabbed me in a way that I wasn't expecting. This music feels more like the musicians are sort of sparring with each other, provoking each other, versus, say, on this and most music, where the musicians are working together, playing together. I do understand from having read a little bit about this album that this was considered revolutionary, what Ornette Coleman was doing, that he was challenging the jazz mainstream at the time, and he did get a lot of resistance for it. That happens when you challenge norms. Maybe that's part of what I'm responding to. Maybe I can just feel kind of the rebelliousness in it. I don't know. But really did enjoy this album. And I'm going to continue to enjoy it. After I played it for the first time when I got it, I immediately played it over again a second time. And I'm sure I'll give it many more listens to come as well, just like I have with this. So this is my second jazz album here now, as a longtime music listener since my early teens. And honestly, I'm not going to even pretend like I'm a jazz person. I'm not. No way. 2 albums does not make you a jazz person. This is a flirtation at this point now, just a flirtation. And who knows, maybe there will be more jazz that I will discover, that I will want to hear, and maybe in time, I think it'll take some time, it'll take a lot of music before I can even feel like I can discuss jazz on any kind of a real level. But I just wanted to just share this experience with you. I'm always trying to expand my tastes. I'm always trying to challenge my tastes. And sometimes the music just pops up unexpectedly and it challenges me. And in this case, in the case with this one, and with this one too, I was happy to meet the challenge. Anyways, though, that's my experience. Let me know what your experience has been with this type of situation. Has it been with jazz, or is there another style of music that maybe you were never a fan of, but then suddenly something hit you and maybe opened that doorway just a little bit for you? Because that's where I feel I am. I don't know if I'm going to become a jazz fan or not at this point. I just know that I've enjoyed these 2 albums. They have expanded my musical consciousness, and we'll see what happens next. But I'd be curious to know what your experiences have been, if you've had ones that are similar. Even if the genre is not jazz, I'd be curious to know. Anyways, that's all for this video. As always, if you like what I'm doing here, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. Thank you, patrons, for all that you do. If you'd like to be a patron supporter, patron supporters do get exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel. Oh, and a few things that are in the works right now. I am currently working on a cover of the Elton John song, Candle in the Wind, sometimes referred to as Goodbye Norma Jean, and hope to have that posted relatively soon. I'm going to make a little music video for it, just like I have with my covers of Breathe by Pink Floyd and Celluloid Heroes by the Kinks. So be looking for that one. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all stay safe and healthy. Take care.